Sergi Arola, the Michelin star chef, first opened the doors of his eponymous restaurant Arola in Mumbai. It brought a taste of Spain to the city, an exciting new addition to a steadily expanding culinary scene. While foodies flooded in, interestingly the chef himself headed out, exploring in turn the many offerings of Mumbai city. And as he trawled the streets, he found flavors he revels in, inspiration in unexpected places, and also undeniable similarities between two vastly different culinary scenes. So that's what we're exploring today. Inspiration and the unmistakable parallels more than you would imagine between his home country and here. Where do we begin? At a busy Bandra junction. Chef's hungry and not surprisingly, so am I.
Absolutely passionate for the city. As much I know the places, as much I know people here, I like more and more to come back.
Now, what are some of the things you like doing? Do you ever get out of the hotel and just hit restaurants? And if so, what sort of restaurants do you look for?
Well, I try to look for the most street food, because for inspiration, obviously it's easy for me when I'm in Mumbai to go to the food street places. No, for me it's very, very important, because if you analyze the most popular concept always become the most successful when traveled.
Right.
It's the difference between let's say between a dim sum in the streets of Shanghai or Beijing and and
A momo on the street.
a momo on the street in Mumbai, or even to eat just to grape with a naan bread, some food in a talik.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
Right. Okay, so excellent. So I brought a big appetite with me today. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, excellent.
So Khane Khas then is where the feast begins. We're meeting Hardeep Chadha, who's taking us through this Bandra institution. In its many years, it's developed a devoted following for its good, solid eats.
Welcome, Chef. Pleasure having you here. It's an honor.
My pleasure. No, it's my honor. Absolutely.
And as we take our seats, I'm told there's a feast awaiting us. But before we get to it, a little backstory is in order.
Khane Khas is now 24 years old. We've been
yeah?
here
Wow.
a very long time.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And this restaurant is basically a utility restaurant. It's not a fancy place, but we do good food, or we try to do good food, and we try to satisfy everybody whoever comes in over here.
The menu is exhaustive. We had actually left the ordering to him. A smart move as it turned out. Just look at that slew of fresh off the tandoor kebabs. As I said, there are many varieties here. Hardeep has chosen some of his favorites.
This is the Malai Tikka, which is nice, soft and non-spicy. This is the chicken tikka, the traditional chicken tikka.
Yep.
This is a variation we made out of it. It's the garlic pepper chicken tikka. And this is the pahadi tikka. Interestingly, the marination in this is spinach along with curd.
Delicious. It's nice because it's for me, it's on the right level of spicy.
Yeah.
Good as they are, they're made even better by the gleaming garlicky naans that accompany it. Not surprisingly, Sergi is a fan.
It's the only place, India is the only place where I eat a lot of bread. A lot of bread. I love. For me, naan is the best bread in the world.
Then talk of groaning tables, some hot makhan lace kali dal, some robust bengan bharta, and the hit of the day, stuffed mushrooms Khane Khas style.
This is our signature vegetarian starter. It's a stuffed mushroom.
So taken is Sergi that this might actually wind up being the one dish that travels to Michelin-starred menus.
Super. We have to do something with this mushroom, something veggie with this mushroom. I would say it's the mushroom inspired on my friend's Khane Khas place.
We're going to come, we're going to go, and we're going to try the mushroom inspired by Khane Khas.
And then to wind up, the other thing Khane Khas is best known for, their biryani.
Now there are different schools of biryani.
Yeah.
Lucknow makes it separately, Hyderabad makes it separately, the Kashmiris do it in another way. Now this is traditionally our own particular style.
Oh yeah.
We are not following any particular school.
It goes goes down well but also invites the inevitable parallel. In essence, if not in flavor, don't the biryani and the paella actually have a lot in common?
The original paella, the real one, is made, first of all, with the worst rice. Snails, frogs,
Yes.
and rabbit.
Okay, so not that much then, huh? Anything?
Finally, the popular cuisine, it doesn't matter if it's made in the Kashmir,
Yeah.
in the Himalaya, or to live in the Alps. Finally, it's the same.
Yeah.
Which is the difference between this and a tortita, a Mexican tortita?
Yeah.
There's no difference.
Yeah.
And it's another continent. It's another continent. If you analyze the desserts in Spain are much more sweet than in the rest of Europe, for one simple reason, because the influence from the Arabs.
Yeah.
And the Arabs, why they made the desserts
Yeah.
very, very sweet? Because if it's very sweet, can travel
Much
across the dessert.
And with that, it's on to us. Yes, some plump, juicy gulab jamun served with their truly excellent rabri. It is the perfect note to end on. We say our goodbyes and then make a quick stop around the corner. Yes, the smell of Bong Bong's sizzling kathi pan is hard to resist.
So kathi rolls.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow.
Two are then whipped up in very short order, and look at it, that gorgeous grease and egg and chili-laced concoction of meat and paratha.
The great Indian love of oil, but that's something again we have in common.
What we call before, if you go to China and you see in the markets working
Yeah.
with the wok,
Yeah,
it's the same.
it's the same.
It's the same. They
Yeah.
keep the worm in one
Yeah.
side, they cook in the center.
Yeah.
There's like a wok.
Yeah.
It's a flat wok,
It's
but it's a
flat
wok.
wok.
And as we begin to tuck in, here comes the bonus.
Plates, yeah.
Well, cheers.
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 No, not these. The owner Shujapriya Ghosh arrives to give us context to the kathi.
During the British rule, and this gentleman was in a hurry. He went to New Market to this place called Nizam, and this is what I hear from my grandparents. So he said, "Hurry up, make me something." So the person in the counter said, "I can't make you something very fast. You have to wait." He said, "No, just do. Make a paratha, put the eggs, and just put some chicken, and just give it to me." So this is how it started.
Oh, it's
So
nice.
one
Nice story.
person, So.
It's a nice story.
Lachha paratha, so it's very different to any other. We use a lot of curd, have to roll it like this, make a pyramid, and then they have to do it.
The rolls are unsurprisingly polished off faster than you can say double chicken sleeve. And then it's on to our next stop. Both Spain and Mumbai have another thing in common, a great love for seafood and arguably a greater love of garlic. And since we're in the burbs, that means you've likely figured out where we're heading to. Yes, the Mahesh Lunch Home is something of a Juhu landmark, and it's barely a door ahead of Chef Arola's own place. And not just do they have the seafood he's been looking for, they have a particularly warm welcome planned. Take our seats clearly, the warm fuzzies carry through.
So sweet. So sweet. Well, they are my neighbors.
Yes,
By
they
the
are.
way.
Yes. All right. So, are you excited to have anything
Yeah.
in particular?
Well, prawns, no? I think
Prawns?
Yeah, because it was one of my surprises when I arrived for the first time and I see a mountain of white prawns. Something very Spanish, something super, super Spanish. And made possible that only in Mumbai we have one of the most typical Spanish and now Arola Mumbai place, which is the prawns al ajillo.
There it is then, the reason we're supposed to be here. Mumbai's answer, I suppose, to prawns a la hilo. The butter pepper garlic prawns. Big, fat, drowning in the good stuff. But funnily, for a dish that has so many ingredients in common, there is more than one significant difference.
Nice. But in difference, for example, with the Spanish, the Spanish will be more spicy.
More spicy. Interesting. This is the one exception.
With the olive oil, finally, especially when the olive oil is not burned, It's just in the right temperature and it's new. It's delicious.
Oh, so you don't like the garlic as burnt as it is here?
It tastes different. You know,
I'm
stands
actually,
completely
it's
different.
I think we'll be able to illustrate what Chef's talking about, but for now, a chili and pepper laced plate of crab and some fresh pomfret caked with a wonderful masala blend.
Yummy.
This is your favorite, right?
I think that in the fish is probably where you can find easily more differences between the Spanish cuisine and.
And so as we continue to work our way through it all, we'll take a break. Up next, Chef's heading back to his kitchen, showing me however different we may be. On the table anyway, there's lots to share.